It's finally time to announce the secret project. Hey, I'm Amy and welcome back. If you have been following me on Twitter and a little bit even on Instagram, you will know that I have been hinting at something very exciting, something I am very excited about, something I'm very proud about, something I think that you guys will really enjoy. It is what I have been calling the secret project. I am so excited to finally be able to tell you guys about this. It has been about almost 6 months in the making, and I am so proud of it. I have put so much work into it. The people that I am working on it with have done so much, and I am so proud of all of us. I'm just so excited to finally tell you guys a little bit about this. And if you're not following me on social media, you should, because you will get updates on the channel, my life, and even the secret project that I will be telling you what it is soon, even though you can probably already tell from the thumbnail and title of this video. But all of the links to my social will be in the description down below. So what is the secret project? It is a podcast. I am so excited. I have been wanting to do this kind of podcast for a while, and my friends, a couple of coworkers and I have been talking about doing this. We've been wanting to do this for a while, and we finally sat down and recorded 2 episodes right now. Right now there are only 2 episodes, but we will be recording more in the future. I'll talk a little bit about the schedule at the end of this video because it'll be a little bit different. So bear with me. I just want to talk a little bit about the podcast, what it's called, what it's about, and give you guys a little teaser of it before I really get into the schedule of it. So the podcast is called The Nostalgia Effect. It is me and 2 of my coworkers, Joe and Johnny. We pretty much spend a lot of our time, probably more than we should, at work talking about movies, just movies, pop culture, anything in general, and a lot of the times it always centers back to movies that we watched in our childhood. So we figured, why not just take these conversations and record them, because they get really intense sometimes, they're really funny, and we could probably talk for hours about them anyways, but we've tried to condense it into an hour or less. The first 2 episodes have gone a little bit over an hour, but they're really great. I am so excited. The entire time I was editing them, I was laughing. I think you guys will find them really funny, and I think you guys will really like them. A little bit more about the podcast is basically each episode, one of us is going to bring a movie to the table, and we are going to discuss a little bit about it, or the person who brings it to the table will talk a little bit about their thoughts or what they remember from it from their childhood, feelings, why they thought they liked it, and anybody else who has seen it will do the same thing, and anybody who hasn't seen it will give their thoughts and feelings on what they think they will feel, or what they know about the movie so far, and anything related to the movie based on a short summary we pull from Google. So a lot of times those are pretty interesting and fun to read. The first 2 episodes that we have recorded, the first one is Hocus Pocus, which you will get a little bit of a teaser of today, and then the second one is Tower of Terror, the Wonderful World of Disney movie, starring Steve Guttenberg and Kirsten Dunst. Before I give you guys the schedule of when these will be released and any future episodes will be released, here is a little listen to the Hocus Pocus episode.
So I feel like if you're super religious and you don't have anybody older than you to like show you like shit, like you just miss out on stuff. So Halloween was like, I never watched like actual horror movies, and so this was like one of the closest. Like, it's not a horror movie, but it was like spooky in nature, like and it was okay. I found that I liked it. It was fine. It does surprise me though.
You liked it then, or you liked it now?
I liked it then.
Yeah.
I remember liking the movie and being like, oh, Hocus Pocus is on. It's like Halloween time. It got me in the mood for Halloween or whatever. I do remember having a crush on Allison.
Yeah.
The actress that played.
See, now I have the other side of that, where when
you had a crush on Allison too?
No.
Allison had a crush on you.
Yes.
She had a crush on Binks in cat form.
Well, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I had a major crush on Max and human Thackeray Binks.
Sure.
See, oddly enough, I remember thinking like Allison, but also Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker, I'm going to go on record and say...
Super cute in that movie.
That's the best she's ever looked.
Not even... So did you guys enjoy that? Well, here's when you will be able to listen to it. This podcast episode is actually, or should be, already up on iTunes. And if you are a patron of mine, even a $1 patron, you will have already heard the podcast in full length on Sunday. I will be posting all future episodes of the podcast on Sunday on my Patreon. And then they will be posted on Monday on iTunes and anywhere else the podcasts are available. I don't know where this podcast will be all yet, but there will be links in the description, or there will be a link in the description to the podcast website where you can listen to the podcast or find the iTunes link or anywhere else that it's going to be. And I know that has nothing to do with this channel. None of this content is coming up here. And I know that. Just hold your horses. On Thursdays at noon Pacific, the same time I post on this channel, pretty much every other time I post will be a highlights reel episode. It'll be probably 30 minutes long or less, just funny parts that I thought were funny from the episode, or parts that any of the co-hosts were funny. So those 30-minute or less episodes of the podcast will live here, and of course also be available on my Patreon for $5 and up. And I know I said I will be posting, or at least the Hocus Pocus episode is available for $1 and up patrons. Every future episode will be available for $5 and up patrons. Just the first episode is for pretty much every single patron, because I wanted to give you guys a little tease of what's gonna be happening on this podcast. But if you want to get the episodes a day early, hop on to the Patreon $5 tier. Otherwise, you can wait until Monday mornings when they will be up on iTunes, and on Thursdays when you can get a highlight episode here. There is a catch, however. I do work a lot. I have a full-time job. I do this pretty much full-time. And my friends who I'm recording these podcasts with don't have time to record a new episode every single week. So we'll be doing them bi-weekly, because these first two episodes are going to be going up back-to-back. They will be going up bi-weekly the week after a 1001 movie challenge video goes up. One week you'll get a 1001 movie, and then the next week you'll get a podcast. And we'll try to do that as regularly as possible. Right now we have at least one more recording session coming up for one more episode, but we're going to try to do at least an episode every other week. And maybe if we get enough patrons on my Patreon, we'll be able to do every week, because hosting a podcast can be expensive. Yes, I know, it doesn't seem like it, but it is. So if you can't remember the schedule, here it is. Every other week on Sundays on Patreon, there will be a full-length podcast episode. On Mondays, the episode will be live to the public, and then on Thursdays, you'll get a highlight reel on the YouTube channel. It'll be 30 minutes or less versus the 1 hour length of the podcast. So I hope you guys are excited for this. I am excited to share this with you. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really, truly do appreciate every single one of you. Let me know who you are in the comments down below, and let's be friends. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because I love talking all things movies, TV shows, filmmaking, film history, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!